Hi, this is Federico, and this short video is in response to a question that was asked on Facebook about how to place text around this specific shape. So I'm going to show you how I would approach these using Cuttle. So the first thing to know is that what we're going to be doing is placing text along a path. So just as a quick example, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So whenever you have a path, I'm going to draw a simple path here. You can go ahead and apply a modifier here in the modify menu called text along path. And that's going to place the text along that. And you can change any text that you want. And you can adjust things like the size and the alignment and things like that. And you can always go back and double click into the path and change the path the way you would change any other path. You can make it curvy, you can move it around and so forth. So this is what we're going to be doing. So I created an outline that's very much like the example that was given. And then for this specific shape, I would approach it like this. I think I want a heart shape path that I can chop into the sections that are the different text. So let's start by grabbing one of the existing shapes, which is the heart. So I can type it here and drag it in place. And then I'm just going to scale it so it fits roughly where I think the text needs to go. So I think something like that looks good. And now I actually want to go in and cut these one in different sections. So in order to do that, I need to go to Edit. And while that is selected, go to Edit and then convert it into paths. What that lets me do is that when I double click into it, I can actually see the different sections and anchors that that one is made of. So I can also add other anchors, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to select the places where I want to cut it. So I think for this section, I want to cut it here and here to get rid of these. And then for the bottom section, I'm going to add a cut here and here and roughly on that side. Then I'm going to go back and select the select tool. Double click into that path. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to show you. So I want to select that and then press delete to get rid of that section. I can delete sections and anchors. So I'm going to also delete that section and then this section right here. And as you can see, that made it into a separate path. So I need to click out of it and double click into this one. So I can delete that section. Now I have the three different paths that I want. So now it's a matter of applying text along path and then tweaking it to make it look good. So let's start with this one. So I'm going to go to modify, text along path, and then let's type the one in the example. So as you can see, it's super big. And one option is to simply check this button called scale to fit. And then we probably need to flip it around. There's an option for that. So it's readable. And I think that works really well. Alternatively, you can change the actual size to be very specific. That also helps you like place it the way you want it. So I think something like that looks good. Let's go with that. So let's do the other one. Same operation, select the path, apply text along path, and then let's type the example. Let's see what changes we need to make. So scale to fit. Let's use the same amount that I used for the other one. And then we also need to flip it so it's readable. I think it looks pretty good. And now let's tackle the bottom one. So once again, I'm going to apply the text along path. Let's type. And let's see what scale to fit does to it. It looks all right, except for that G is a little bit twisted. So there are a couple of ways to deal with that. I think one way is to just use custom scaling. I think that is going to help us get it where we want it. The G is right in the center, so what we can do is sort of change the alignment a little bit by adding spaces. So if I add a space here, you can see how it separates these two. And you can even it out with some additional spaces on the right. And I think that looks about right. Maybe I would even change the size a little bit. So with text, there is not necessarily right or wrong. There is always kind of your judgments on how it looks. Another way in which I would approach this one, I think this looks good, but another way in which I would approach it is to maybe give it a little curve here. So I can go ahead and edit that path by double clicking into it. And if I curve it a bit, I might get it to wrap in an interesting way. So I'm holding the Option key to move the handles separately. That might give you a slight curvature that also works. But in general, I'm just editing the path. I'm not sure if I like this one. I think I like the straight one better. So I'm going to go back to it. Anyway, I hope this is helpful, and thank you for watching, and keep those questions coming.